What's up? I hope you're all having a good day or night, depending on where you are or what time you're watching this right now. So tonight, I'm going to be asking you a bunch of personal questions, and I will be writing down your answers in my own way. So, yeah. Anyway, unlike the last few times, I don't have ChatGPT helping me out with an abundance of questions, so I'm going to have to think of them all myself as I go along, which might take a little longer, but I kind of enjoy doing that more than using ChatGPT. So, anyway, yeah. Okay, so personal questions, and some of them might be yes or no, some of them might be open-ended, standard stuff. Now, first question. Okay, can you speak more than one language? Can you speak more than one language? And you don't have to be fluent. If you can, then you don't have to be fluent in the other language. If you can say more than like 5 complete sentences, I'd say that applies. Alright. And if so, what is the other language or languages? Alright. I can speak English, obviously, and then I can also speak Spanish decently well, and a little, very little bit of German. Yeah. And then I know like the very basic words for a few others, but like it's just because you hear them all the time, like arigato. I know that means thank you. And what's another one? There's another one. What about? Okay, never mind. I can't think of any more right now. Okay. Sorry, there is some kid or something weird outside right now screaming their head off, and I don't know if you can hear it, but it is distracting me like crazy. Okay. What is your favorite time of year? And you can narrow that down to either a season or a certain month or even a day, Be as precise as you want to with that. Alright. This marker or this Sharpie is starting to dry out. But that's okay. I mainly use it for the sounds, not for actual colors, or like being able to see it. Because, I write very sloppily when I do this type of video. And when I go back to read it, I can barely tell what I wrote. So, I know what I wrote at the moment. But if I were to go back and try and read it, I'd have no idea what I was saying at all. Okay, now next question. How about, are you a dog person or a cat person or a reptile person or a bird person or a fish person or an exotic pet person? Yeah. Or a horse person or a farm animal person or just animal person, and you like all of them. Which one are you? Yeah. I'm more of like a nocturnal person. I love raccoons. Bats are my favorite animal. Possums, they ain't bad, I guess. Other than that, I would go with dogs. Yeah. are some that I like more than others. Overall, bats. And then in a very close second place, you got dogs and penguins and cats and lions, maybe. But yeah, mainly bats though. Okay. Oh, and foxes. I love foxes. And chinchillas. Chinchillas are pretty cool. I used to want one. I used to want a chinchilla very badly. Okay. Who is your hero? Who do you look up to in life? Could be anyone living or dead. Could be someone famous. Could be someone you know. Anyone. Alright. Okay, what is your favorite meme of 2025? Favorite meme of 2025? Alright. I hear a lot of people saying 6-7. And I'll be honest, I have no idea how that one started. I don't know the story behind that one. I kind of fell behind with that one. Yeah, but, you know, the Adrian explained our friend group one. That one's pretty good. And, but that one's not really 2025. That one's just kind of been around and stuck around. What's the... I can't think of any right now, honestly. But, nah, I thought of one, but it's I wouldn't say it's safe to talk about on this because the way the meme goes, it's like it's a dirtier one, you know? Like nothing actually dirty happens, but like it's one that sounds like it, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Why? No. What? No. Where is your go-to vacation spot? Like if you were to get one free trip to go on vacation anywhere you wanted, where would you pick? Alright. I would want to go, I would want to go to somewhere haunted, or, you know, I really want to see like the original Conjuring house. That would be cool. Or the Amityville house. I don't know, somewhere like that. Well, that's not really a vacation though. That's just kind of seeing somewhere. I don't. No, I would want to go on a vacation in like the road trip style, where I'm just going to these different places. You know, haunted or scary places. I mean, or abandoned. You know, anything like that. Okay, what is your favorite movie that came out this year in 2025? Alright. I can't really think of them all that came out this year. I recently saw Superman, and that was pretty good. I there's a new horror movie called Together, and that one was pretty good. I haven't seen Weapons yet. That's another new horror movie that came out, but I haven't seen it yet. And, oh, How to Train Your Dragon. The live action How to Train Your Dragon. I loved it. That one was awesome. But yeah, can't really think of other ones right now. Christmas movie. Your favorite Christmas movie ever. Alright. With me, my favorite is Elf. It always has been, it always will be, probably Elf. But with me, I have like a certain list of Christmas movies that I make sure I watch every single December. So on that list you got Elf, the Lampoon Christmas Vacation, Rudolph, of course, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, both the Jim Carrey one and the original cartoon, Frosty the Snowman, Home Alone, Polar Express. Those are all like the usual ones, and then sometimes I might throw in Krampus or A Christmas Story. But those are like more recent additions to my Christmas list. But those first few that I mentioned are always, must watches for me during Christmas time. Okay, okay. What is your favorite ice cream topping? Not flavor, but topping. And there's a lot. You got gummy worms, Oreo bits, or like ground up Oreos, gummy bears, M&Ms, and then of course, chocolate syrup, strawberries, blueberries. Possibilities are endless. So think carefully. Alright. I have no idea what mine would be. I don't really have ice cream all that much, and when I do, it doesn't usually have a topping on it. So I'll just say whipped cream. Can't go wrong with that. This isn't really a personal question, but it's still a question. Do you want to see one of the new things that I bought yesterday at Five Below? I went to Five Below and Spirit Halloween and got a bunch of Halloween related things at both. I only have one of them in reach currently, but it's still pretty cool. So do you want to see it? And I'm going to assume that you said yes. Okay. It's a ghost, but like a disco ghost. Whoa. But yeah. I just felt, I felt drawn to him, and well, he was only like $3 or $5, I don't know, something like that, but not bad. And well, naturally I had to get him. He really like ties my room together, and he's very shiny and shimmery, and I think that's great. I do. I love him. Yeah, he's mesmerizing, and honestly, a pretty good trigger. Like, you got like the styrofoam foaminess at the bottom, and then all sorts of different types of sounds you can make. But yeah, just wanted to show that off really quick. Probably couldn't end up seeing him again. Might bring him in for a future trigger assortment. Who knows? Okay. What is your go-to order at a Mexican restaurant? What do you always look for in the menu? Or do you always try and get something different? Alright. sometimes get something different, but I think what I have gotten the most overall has been like chimichangas or honestly anything as long as it comes with rice and beans, and then whatever the dish is also comes with like cheese sauce and like queso on it and everything, then I'll most likely enjoy it. And but the meat has to be chicken. I don't really like the beef. I don't like the beef. Honestly, I love the shredded chicken though. So as long as those aspects are involved, I'll get it most likely. Okay. Uh, do you see how much slower I am when I don't have questions written out for me? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay. What is your favorite subject in school? Or no, what is your favorite, like, uh, not like core class, what's the word for like those extra two, one or two classes that you have that aren't core classes? It starts with an E, doesn't it? Not extracurricular, that's like outside of school. I forget the name. I don't know why I can't think of it. But yeah, classes that aren't typical core classes, so not like math or history, but stuff like PE or agriculture or computer science, stuff like that. Which one of those was your favorite? Okay. Um, as of right now, you don't really, you don't, it's kind of different with college. You don't really have those types of classes in college, like, because, like, you choose your own schedule. Wow, it just got really dark in my room, and I don't have my ring light on, so now the background kind of got all dark, and so now I look like I'm kind of just floating in it. um, but yeah, in college you have, like, required courses, and that is when you do, like, English and math and stuff, but, like, for the most part, you don't need to do, like, 4 of them. Like, usually you could do, like, only one a semester if you wanted to, and then the rest could be whatever you wanted. But like in middle school, my favorite types of classes like that ended up being my Spanish class. I'm pretty sure. Then in high school, my creative writing one was really fun. But yeah, I'd say those have been my favorite over like main school, not counting college. Okay. What is your favorite monster during Halloween? And these are just like the basic monsters, so you don't have to get specific with stuff like horror movie monsters, like Leatherface, or the Leprechaun, or the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Just like classic standard monsters for Halloween, like Dracula, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, Frankenstein, or a ghost. Which one is your favorite? Alright. Mine's Dracula. I mean, that should be obvious. My favorite animal is a bat. Well, I mean, I guess you can't really tell, but I love vampires. But over the years, like, ghosts have really gotten up there for me, but it's still vampires or Dracula. Still my favorite. I feel like for a lot of people, it's either Dracula or the Wolfman, maybe Frankenstein, but like the Mummy or the Invisible Man, they never really get looked at. Well, the Invisible Man never gets looked at, so get it, because, always end up asking like, what is your favorite of something? Because that's like the easiest ones to think of. How about, what is your home address and zip code? And how old are you? And what is your credit card number? How about those? Answer those for me real quick. Okay. And first and last name. Alright. And what's like your annual income? Alright. It's not a lot, but I'll make it work. Yeah, that should be good enough. Alright, let's do a few more questions. What is your favorite part of fall? I almost said favorite part of Halloween, but oh, there I go with another favorite question. You know what? I don't care. Favorite questions are good questions, especially when Halloween or fall is involved. So, what is your favorite fall activity or Halloween activity? So, you got Halloween parties, or you got going to the pumpkin patch, or you got apple cider or pumpkin spice things. If that's your favorite, then that sucks. I'm sorry, but you gotta get a new favorite. And there's watching horror movies. That's my favorite, watching horror movies. And which also sounds kind of lame, but I'd say it's still better than just having a drink be your favorite part of a season. So, but what is your favorite? Alright. That one's a pretty good pick. Yeah. Alright, let's do two more. Two more. Do you plan to visit London, England within the next year? Within the next year, do you plan to visit London, England? And if you already live there, if you live in London, do you plan to go anywhere else, literally anywhere else, within the next year? And if so, where? Alright. Alright, one more question. Okay. What is your favorite? No. What is your... Okay, what was your first car? I was gonna say what's your favorite car or your dream car, but what was your very first car that you ever had? And if you're still currently driving your first car, what is it? And part two of that question, did you give your very first car a name? And if so, what was it? Alright. get it full time and I get the title and everything, then yeah, that would make it my first car. But as of right now, I wouldn't say I've had my first car yet. But if this one that I'm driving now ends up being my first car, I'd be happy with that. I like this car. Anyway, that's about it. So, and by the way, remember I mentioned earlier that whenever I write down y'all's answers, it's very sloppy looking, and when I go back to look at it, I have no idea what I said, even though in the moment of writing it, I knew what I was saying. Remember when I said that? Let me show you what I mean. That is what I wrote throughout this video. I'm not sure if when y'all heard me say sloppy, you just thought I meant very messy handwriting. No, I meant like all over the page, not even finishing the sentences, not even finishing off the word completely, or misspelling it because I wasn't even thinking about it completely. Like, that is what I meant. Some of it is legible, but 90% of it, not so much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what your answers were to the questions in the comments if you want to. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you want me to do another one where maybe I can do one where I do use ChatGPT, but I also write them down at the same time still. That way it can go by faster. But, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night. I hope you all are really much more relaxed and sleepy compared to before you clicked on this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it.